What's up, guys? It's John Muscarello from Side Hustle Experiment. I am a six-figure Amazon seller. I also sell on eBay. I sell mostly books and media if you're new to the channel. And today I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't really see anyone else talking about, which is kind of weird to me. But it's basically, I know a lot of people are trying to start side hustles, but would I start in Amazon book business today? FBA book business today. I've been selling on Amazon for, I think, almost about 3 years now. Books. I also sell media. And I was asked this on a live that I did on the Brandon Nobles channel with Common Good Friends. I'll link down to that below. And they asked, would I start an Amazon business today, knowing what I know about the restock limits? So we're in June. I think it's June 13th or June 14th, 2021. I could be totally wrong on the date. I don't have my phone. Well, I'm talking to my phone, but I can't see the date. But my answer is different. So I know a lot of people look at, my profile or what I'm doing on Instagram or even on YouTube, and, I have a warehouse, and, after the restock limits happened, I have had a whole bunch of different feelings what I want my business to look like moving forward. It was OA, it was eBay, it was something totally different. Like, now it's eBay again, and it's a constantly moving thing. But in short, would I suggest that you start Amazon FBA book business today? The answer is no. And this is not because I don't want competition. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from starting a side hustle. And again, this is as of June 2021. Halfway through the year. I don't know what Amazon has planned with the restock limits in the future. I have no clue, but here's what I can tell you. I would not start a book business, an FBA book business, unless you were an Amazon FBA book business. I would not start that. If you wanted to start selling books on Amazon, I would say you would have to be prepared to do merchant fulfilled, which would require, I don't know, probably at least a garage, clean garage with shelving, a merchant fulfilled ticketing system, or maybe you could even do a raffle ticketing system. I don't know, or just have the books really organized. That would require you shipping, so you need shipping supplies. I honestly don't think you can do a sustainable FBA book business at this current time. And it's also hard for me to say, so I'm going to say based on what I'm seeing. So basically, I have 2 Amazon accounts. One sells media, one sells books. The book one is much bigger. I'm allowed to send in about 6,000 is my max on that one. On my media account, the max is 1,000. So I think at one point it was, well, obviously it was unlimited, but I think after the restock limits hit, it was about 1,500. Then it dropped to 1,000. It hasn't dropped since. I'm kind of thinking 1,000 is the lowest you could go. So here's my reasoning behind why I don't think an FBA book model will work in today's current times. So if you're just starting out, if you already have maybe a limit of 3,000 and above and are selling in another category, sure, maybe. Or if you're just gonna sell textbooks, which I'm not actually, scrap that. I'm not gonna recommend that because textbooks are very seasonal. So here's my math behind this. So when I was part-time, I had a goal to send at least 1,000 books a month to Amazon at the end of the month. And towards when I was about to go full-time, I was probably sending almost close to 1,500 to 2,000, really just depending on what's going on. So let's take that a step back. So even if you're gonna do 100 a week, that's 400 a month, whatever. Like, it's going to be very hard. So in about 3 months, like, you'll be at the max, you'll be at 1,200. Yeah, some of your inventory will sell, but you are going to have a major problem. So what the problem is going to be is you're going to, one, run out of space, and two, you're not going to be recouping enough money. So when you're constantly spending money when you're first starting to buy books, to buy inventory, to buy software, to buy all this stuff, right? And Amazon's not paying you that much money back because, you know, you have to pay to ship your books there. They're taking out their fees. You get paid every 2 weeks. You have to pay $40, like a subscription fee. So when you're first starting out, you're hardly getting any payments. But that's usually okay because you're just going to send more inventory and eventually it will snowball. And eventually you'll be getting payments and everything will be good to go. Usually takes like 3-ish to 6 months to really start to see some progress. And then probably about a year when you have like kind of consistent sales and all that good stuff. But so in my case, if I was, you know, up and running and I was getting 1,000 books a month, right? Because that's really not that hard to do. You could go to, I used to go to a thrift store on the weekend and get at least 250. And then I was just going during the week and getting a couple hundred. So it's not that hard. But what's going to happen if your limit's 1,000, right? After a month, you're basically done. Even if you sold 10% of your inventory, right? That would be 100 books, right? You'd be, and that's an extremely high sell-through rate. Most likely not going to happen. I mean, you could really adjust your triggers and only sending good stuff there. But again, like, it's going to be really hard for you to grow that business. So you would basically be capped within a month. And you got to factor in that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to send bad books there just because you're learning. So I don't really know. Like, I don't really hear anyone else talking about this. I mean, I'm not discouraging anyone from getting started selling on Amazon or anything, or even selling books on Amazon. This is just my take on the issue. Like, I would not want to lead you guys down the wrong path. I'm just being honest here and thinking at this point in time, I don't think it would be a good idea to sell books on Amazon. What would I suggest? So if you were going to do, it's hard. It's really hard. So I mean, I guess you could maybe cherry pick your way, but it'd be really slow growth. And I honestly think like most people would quit because you really don't see like a big impact until you're over, I don't know, 1,000 and you're in like the 2,000 range. And that's where you really start to see consistent sales. And you know, some of the longer tail stuff starts to sell through, some of your bigger stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I am, and I want to give you that advice. I wouldn't suggest someone to do bulk either. The reason I'm still doing books is because I'm very diversified, right? Amazon is not my only income. I have eBay, I have buyback companies, I have people who are buying duds from me. I have people buying CDs and DVDs. I have all sorts of stuff going on. And I think that is the way to go. You have to be able to sell on eBay. You have to be able to sell maybe Facebook Marketplace. You have to really, really be able to, I mean, maybe it would work if you did free pickups and only send the best of the best into Amazon and you had a way to monetize the other stuff. All I'm saying is I don't see anyone else talking about this. I don't know why. I can make assumptions why. But all I'm saying is just think about it. If you're going to get into starting an Amazon business, I would not start with books. If you wanted to, I think starting with books just to learn could be a good idea. like to learn the ecosystem, knowing that you're going to move to RA, OA, wholesale, or whatever else there is out there, I think that would be fine. But to think that you're going to have a sustainable Amazon FBA book side hustle making a couple thousand a month based on the restock limits, I just don't see it to be possible. I don't know, prove me wrong. I'm just saying it. I don't see anyone else saying it. That's kind of why I want to make this video. Just kind of be like, hey, like, think it through. I mean, if you could only, I was talking about this on the episode that I was on the live, is like, if you could only send 1,000 products to Amazon, right? Only 1,000. Like, you'd want them to be the most profitable products possible, and they would sell fast, right? Like, why would you, if you only had 1,000 spots, you'd want to fill them with the best possible inventory. And unfortunately, that's not books. Like, there are some quick moving books, but most of them don't sell that fast. The quick moving books, you're making maybe $1, $2 on. I mean, obviously there are outliers there. The really high price stuff is more textbooks. That stuff's super seasonal. And then you have your long tail books where you make $20, $30, $40 on, but they're gonna take a while to sell. You can't really send those into FBA anymore just because of what's going on with the restock limits. You'd have to merge fulfill those yourself, leave them on your shelf. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. Like I said, just be careful. You know, listen to who you want to listen to, but this is not like a video based on what someone said or didn't say. It's just that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people think this is like the greatest thing ever, and it is really great, but for right now, I don't think it's the best place to start. I mean, if Amazon came out tomorrow and lifted the storage limits, or not the storage limits, rather the restock limits, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, go after books, go do that. But I think there are better opportunities out there that would be better for you. I would say, I don't know a lot about clothing, but I would think thrifting clothing for eBay or Poshmark would be good. Amazon, RA, OA. Probably RA would be best to get started. Start with like cheaper stuff, watch a bunch of videos online, learn that kind of stuff. Or I don't know, don't do anything on Amazon. Do, I don't know, if you work in marketing, run Facebook ads for someone. Do freelance marketing. Do, I don't know, whatever you do. Like, I'm sure there's someone who freelances, or people are looking for services like that, or they're looking to hire contractors. I mean, the world today, there's a lot of remote workers. There's a ton of opportunity. Like, I've said it before, I used to be a copywriter before this all happened. So if this was me and the whole Amazon thing happened, to be honest, I'd probably switch to do like freelance copywriting. Or definitely a different Amazon model than books. Like I said, I will still sell books. I'm trying not to be a hypocrite here. I am just telling you that, like, my account's established. I could send in up to 6,000 books. So it's very, very different. If you could only send in 1,000 books, you're gonna run out of space so fast. Your cash is gonna be burned up. I mean, yeah, you could be, oh, I'm gonna wait for spots, but then your inventory, it's just, I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to discourage you, but if the only way I suggest you start with books is if you're gonna start to learn Amazon and then move into something else. I actually would suggest that because you won't spend that much money. You can make a couple mistakes, but then you're gonna have to quickly shift to either RA, OA, probably not wholesale if you don't really have that much money and are just starting out. But that's kind of my spiel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, would you start in books? Or make the counter argument. Why do you think it's a great time to start an FBA book business? I think there's good opportunity and possibly a merchant fulfilled FBA hybrid model. But to be honest, if I was part-time and doing my full-time job and this on the side, I wouldn't be able to really do a merchant fulfilled operation. Yeah, I guess I could have get a storage unit. But yeah, the picking of the books. I mean, I guess you could get a storage unit, do 2-day shipping, you know, when stuff sells, either in the morning or at night, go grab the units, bring them home, then drop them off at the post. I mean, you could, but it's just a lot of, I don't know, obstacles. And I think there are easier ways or better ways for you to have an Amazon side hustle than starting with books. And you also want to build the knowledge. So like with books, like now, like I know a lot more. I know what's good, what's bad. So you don't want to kind of like do one thing, knowing you're going to switch to another. Again, it might be good to learn with books, but it'd almost just be better off to start with RA or OA and make the same mistakes that way. They might cost you more, but in the end, you know, whatever. You have to learn some way, and I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It means the world to the channel and to me. And I'll talk to you guys soon.